Have you ever thought about LASIK eye surgery, but maybe you were hesitant? Maybe you wanted a better understanding of what LASIK is. Your eyesight is so important, and gaining an understanding is vital in becoming confident in the decision that you make. At the Dishler Laser Institute, their reputation has been built around exceptional patient care for over 25 years. They believe that great medical care depends on using the best technology and building strong patient relationships. Forbes magazine named Dr. John Dishler one of the top 10 LASIK surgeons in America. He was the first to perform LASIK in Colorado with over 53,000 LASIK procedures performed. Sarah Morrison is a technician at Dishler LASIK, but she was also here about a month ago. She was sharing her anticipation and thoughts of what she thought LASIK would be like. And now, well, she can speak firsthand from the experience because she got it done and married too, which is awesome. Congratulations.
Thank you.
So Dr. Dishler, recently you were a speaker at a convention. Tell me a little bit about the surgery and the convention that you spoke about.
Oh, I was just at the ASCRS, which is a big ophthalmology meeting in San Francisco, and I was invited to be a speaker about this new research we're doing on a procedure that's sort of like LASIK but without a flap. It's called Relax, and it's sort of the next thing that we're working on. And what this means to people, though, is we're really staying up to date with the latest in technology, both with LASIK and new things that are coming down the road.
You're on the forefront of technology,
we try
that's
to
for
be.
sure.
Yeah.
303-793-3000. What would you say is the #1 comment that you hear from patients when they're considering LASIK?
When they're considering LASIK, their biggest concern is, am I going to end up 20/20? Is it going to work really well for me? Are my eyes suited for it? And then lots of times people have questions about activities. When will I be able to go back to doing this or doing that?
Okay, now let's jump forward. And
Yeah.
what is their comment after you say, it's done? It was that easy.
Right, and then when they have the LASIK done, they've had so much anticipation building up to it and worrying about it, and they just go, it's done? You're really,
That's it?
It's it? You're finished already? It's so quick? And then they sit up and then they say, wow, I can see already. It's amazing. I don't feel anything and I can see, and they're just very happy, and they almost always say, if I knew it was that easy, I would have done it a long time ago.
Earlier, yeah. And Sarah, you're unique because you work with the patients every single day, and then you decided to become a patient.
Yes.
So in the past, you're telling the patients this is going to be easy, you can relax. Did it meet all of your expectations as a client, a customer?
Absolutely. It was just so incredibly easy. I mean, you laid on a bed and you looked at a light, and they walked you through all the steps and let you know what was going to come next. And just like Dr. Dishler said, it was like it's over already.
And I found it interesting that you decided to have LASIK before you were married.
Yeah, it was actually a wedding gift from my now husband. So, yeah.
Look at that. You look gorgeous.
Oh, thank you. Oh, there we are.
Stunning.
Oh, yes.
Hey, and the groom's pretty cute there too, Miss Sarah.
Thank you.
So compare the quality of vision that you're experiencing now compared to before you had LASIK.
I've never seen this well in my life. I mean, with glasses or contacts. About a week before surgery, I started watching a sign on the highway and kind of really studying it. And then right after surgery, Friday, when I drove home from work, I was like, holy cow, I can see it this far back. I was just amazed. So
the first gift your hubby ever gave you, it turned out to be life-changing. That's
absolutely
pretty cool.
very cool.
So, Dr. Dishler, can you explain how LASIK actually works?
Well, LASIK works by flattening the cornea. The cornea is like a ball, and most people that have it done are nearsighted, and their cornea is too steep. And so with the laser, you can see it here in the picture, we first make a flap with this all-laser method. It used to be we had to use a blade, and some centers still do that, so you have to be careful, where you go. But when it's done all laser, first there's a laser that makes this very thin onion skin sort of flap that's very, very precise, and then we fold the flap back, and then a second laser with pulses slightly flattens the cornea, and you'll see that going on here. And it's all programmed. Of course, we have to have the right data. We have to have the exact prescription information and the right eye information. But when it's all done the way it's supposed to be done, it flattens the cornea just the right amount. The flap goes down, and it gives vision similar to contacts. But now many people say, just like Sarah, it's even better than contacts because you don't have to look through anything to see. You're just looking through your own eyes.
That is so cool. 303-793-3000. Call, make an appointment, a consultation, or you can go to their website, which is dishler.com. And can you correct astigmatism?
Yes, so we just modified the pattern of those pulses, and we can correct quite a bit of astigmatism as well. Astigmatism is when the eye's more shaped like a football than like a baseball. It's a little more curved one way than the other, and so you have to line it up just right. But we can correct astigmatism. A lot of people don't realize that, but even significant amounts of that. And we can also correct farsightedness, people that can't read up close. They have slightly different problems with their eyes. So we can correct a wide range of vision problems. We don't fix things like cataracts. A lot of people ask us, will it fix cataracts, glaucoma, other eye problems like that we can't fix. But anything that glasses will fix, we can usually fix with LASIK.
I have a feeling I'm going to have to come see you soon, because I find myself, even if the camera's like right here, I'm supposed to be looking at to that camera, I have to look over here to see the phone number. So that means, something's going on. Something's going on, doctor. So research suggests LASIK has little to do with the type of laser used and more to do with the surgeon's technique and level of experience. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, it's a little bit of both. I mean, the type of laser that's used, I think, really is important, and that it's an all-laser method. There's several good lasers, but, you know, it's very important that you have someone that's very experienced, that knows. It's sort of like flying an airplane. It's good to be on a good airplane, but the most important thing is that you have a good pilot that's had a lot of experience. We were the first to perform LASIK in Colorado. I had a laser approved with my name on it at one point.
Oh my gosh.
We helped to perfect the design of the all-laser method, which originally was called the intralaser. We have actually something much more advanced than that. And over the years, we've done well over 50,000 procedures, and we've been involved in, and there really are no other centers that can say this, we've been involved in over 11 FDA formal clinical studies. Now, this isn't real, like people say we're having a study. These are real studies, and what that means is not only is it important for people who are in the study, but we have a very disciplined approach that you have to have. And that disciplined approach that we have to use in FDA studies transfers to all of our patients, and they all get the benefit of us being very careful with what we're doing with them. And we use the same standards in our clinical care that we do in these studies. So we really are an institute, and in fact we have optometry students and people that come to learn from us.
Obviously, you definitely have the experience and the level of expertise. $300 off all laser custom LASIK. I'm going to tell you more about that in a moment. But what are the steps that someone should take to see if LASIK is right for them? And if they've been told in the past you can't have LASIK, should they double check with you?
They should double check, because some people really weren't candidates, or they might have been told that they weren't and they really are. Sometimes there's other procedures besides LASIK, like PRK, that we can do. But so everyone should start out getting a free consultation. I mean, you can't lose. Come in, find out if you're a candidate. There's no pressure, and see if this might be something that will help you, and you can think about it then after that. I would avoid centers that have a lot of bait and switch type technology, bait and switch type approach, where prices as low as. Look for places that have a fair price. Look, you're not going to get this for free. It's expensive. The technology is expensive, but we guarantee the lowest price, so you don't have to worry about that. The important thing is that you're going to get the care you need, that people really care about you, and make sure they treat you right from the beginning. You know, if you're not treated well on the phone and when you come in, initially, you're probably not going to get the best treatment
the service that you truly deserve and what you want. Sarah, what would you say in closing if someone's been thinking about it and they still are suffering with glasses or contacts?
You just come in and see if you're a candidate. It is so worth it. I mean, it's a life changer. It's a game changer. Absolutely.
Well, congratulations on your wedding date, too.
Thank you.
All right, the Dishler Laser Institute, they're offering an exclusive just for you, a Colorado & Company special. When you schedule your surgery by June 21st, you are going to save $300 off Dr. John Dishler's lowest guaranteed price for custom all-laser LASIK. Your consultation is free, and they offer easy 24-month no-interest financing. Some restrictions do apply, including credit approval. Call 303-793-3000 for details, or you can visit dishler.com. Get out. Enjoy the world around you, especially with spring finally here. With LASIK from the Dishler Laser Institute. They paid for today's segment.